have a special guest. Dr. Staci Jae is here tonight with us. Welcome.
Welcome, Dr. Staci Jae. No, look, Robbie, thank you. So excited to be here with you all this evening. What's up?
Nothing much. Thank you for hanging out. So we have the dating and relationship guru with us tonight. So these women out here are struggling. So we need some help. So what made you decide, I really want to help my sisters in this thing called dating and relationships?
Yeah, it's a long story, but I will give you all the condensed version. My mother was married 5 times. She passed away in 2005, going through her 5th, her hardest divorce, I have to say. And my grandmother was married 3 times. My dad has been married 3 times. So for me, especially when my mother passed away at 56, and I'll be 52 in January, so I was like 35 then. One of the things she told me before she passed was, she told me, and we've never talked about all her husbands. We just used to, if mama dating somebody, they gonna be married. That's what we just know, all right? So we never talked about it outside of when she was sick in hospice, but what she shared with me was, more than anything, she wanted to show my brother and I that love works. And that just resonated with me because she didn't see it work for her mom. So for her, she was like, but she didn't have any tools. She didn't have any skills. So right then I knew there had to be something more, because my mother, when they got married, my mother loved every husband she had. I'm just saying, but it all went to hell in a handbasket one way or the other. So I was like, wow, what is that about? Right. And then I was like, so, they always say socioeconomically, if one parent is on doing something, if you eat a certain way, if you live a certain way, if, college graduates and things, they usually say, well, oh my God, I'm the first one to go to college. And it's such a generational curse breaker, right? So what I said was, I'm going to be a generational curse breaker in the area of love. But what I realized was, that's easy said, but I started honestly being very paranoid. I've been asked to be married, y'all, so many times, it's ridiculous, but I have refused to say yes to anybody, because I wanted to make sure that it was more than about love for me. I wanted to make sure I had what it took to be a good wife, hell, to be a good girlfriend. Because, honey, back in the day, this mouth here, child, please, okay? I'm just saying, honey, I had more masculine energy than any man did. So I realized there was a secret that we weren't told, graduating from Spelman. I had a lot of girlfriends go to, and get married right after school. Half of them divorced now, simply because everybody kind of try to figure it out. And I was like, I want to, especially in my family, I don't want to, you hear me? My mom was married 5 times. My grandmother was married 3 times. My daddy was married 3. Like, girl, what line you gonna get in? The multiple married people line too? So I realized I needed to do something different. And really, honestly, that turned into me doing my self-work. And now has been, God, since 2005, and now 9 years, I've been helping other women, because my biggest thing is, do your work on you. Period. My mother, I promise y'all, every husband she had, she loved him, for real, and it was good when it was good. She wasn't just out there marrying people who she didn't care about, and they didn't care about her, but she just didn't know how men communicate.
Stay married.
Yeah. And she didn't really know her picker was off too, because she wasn't right. And when I say right, my mother was an amazing woman, okay? But I'm amazing in business. She was regional personal manager for Target for 20 some years, and she left Target, and she was a mortgage broker, had her own company. So my mother was a powerhouse in business, really. But she didn't have any tools to understand how to pick a right guy, but let alone who she was inside of her to even be the right woman. Because to me, you have to create an energy inside yourself to even attract a good man. And I believe that God has a good one for everybody, but who are we showing up as? Are we dating enough to even understand what mistakes am I making? Or we always putting the finger out, and saying what they did wrong and what they weren't, and it's no good men and all the men in Atlanta gay or I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can continue to point the finger out, but I'm a true advocate for doing our own work, because I believe that it might take a while. Who knows when God is going to bless, you with your husband, right? But I say, be ready for him. Be ready. What work have you done on yourself? And I've been, honestly, honey, I'm finally, y'all, at 51 years old, I feel like I'm ready to be somebody's wife, and mine has another stigma on it. It took me longer because literally of my history with my mom. Like, I was really paired. Like, anybody asked me to marry you, the hell? I mean, that's supposed to mean? So, like, I was so cuckoo.
Because it didn't mean the same for you, because you'd seen multiple marriages, as some people who parents may have been together for 20 something years. So if somebody, or 30 years or whatever, so if somebody asks them to marry, then they're going to think it's going to be like that commitment. This is what I'm getting into. And for you like, not so much.
I mean, hold on. I mean, what is it like? What is it like? I would really it would be.
You like, basically, that's just asking me to be your girlfriend at this point.
I mean, for real, because really, I don't even look at that like that. Is what I'm like. Did we just have an argument last week? Like, what in the world? Like, is this a setup?
Right.
But now I'm much more. I mean, that was in my 30s. I'm much different now. I've worked, like, I have been a work in progress for a long time. I now have been helping women for 9 years. I started an organization called I Want a Good Man University. And I'm very specific with the good man part, right? Mm-hmm. Because in my opinion, a good man deserves a good woman. So in my group, I am giving birth to some amazing women who will be amazing good women for their good man. We just had, we celebrate, middle of August. It'll be 2 years since I've had my organization. Okay. And we've had our first marriage. I've had other women outside the organization that I coach get married, but this is the first one. We just celebrated her a couple of months ago. And
so what are some of the things that you are teaching are good qualities for a woman to be considered, somebody good to marry?
Absolutely. First of all, changing your mindset. If you wake up every morning with the I can't have, I don't deserve, ain't no good, then you're only perpetuating a consistent narrative of then getting exactly what you believe for. Right. If God is going to send you a good man, he can't send you a good man up here and you don't have no belief down here, right? And you see what I'm saying? Like, if you see my hands, like, if God said, yep, I got a good man who's a protector, a provider, he's going to be your secure, meaning make your heart feel secure. He's going to love you. He's going to wake up in the morning, kiss you on the forehead and say, baby, don't worry, I got your coffee. But then you think you're going to show up and get that man with men ain't shit, men ain't this, all gay men, ain't nothing but a lot of gay men in Atlanta. The men ain't consistent. Men don't do this. You think that energy for real is going to get this man? No, you're going to keep getting the man, not the good man that you say you want, because you are not being responsible for your thoughts. You're not being responsible for being in your amen corner with your girlfriends who they boyfriend then called them back and now they mad. And now you like, yeah, girl, because I know last week I was supposed, you got to separate yourself from all that nonsense. And when it comes around you, you got to literally be saying some type of something to your head that doesn't make the work that you do on yourself counterproductive. Right. Because you have to be like, I do this thing every morning called Good Man Manifestation Mornings. Again, y'all hear me? Everything is a good man, right? I'm very insistent on the good man part, right? Mm-hmm. And I get up in the morning, Monday through Thursday, and this is on my own time. At Instagram ain't paying me no dollars. Well, maybe they might pay me $1, but anyway, not a lot. And I wake up, literally, I'm at the gym at 7:30. I wake up at 6:30 to put women in a positive mindset to when they leave their house, at least they have that part. at least I'm helping them. And it was something that God gave me in a meditation. I meditate and I pray an hour a day. And God said, Stace, okay, what's missing? There's a lot over here missing that we can't do on Instagram. But what you can do is help ladies at least start their minds off, right? In the right thought, the right feelings, and the right emotions to meet me where I am with their good man. And then give them something to protect themselves with during the day. And I'd say, when that bad, what you can't have, what you don't deserve, what the last one did, what the baby daddy didn't do, say this mantra: I am meeting the manifestation of the greatest love story I can imagine. And with that imagine, I want you to really take those words and let's daydream a little. Tell yourself, I imagine him to be a protector. I imagine him to be a provider. I imagine him to be dependable. Like feed positive information into your body so that you can even have the opportunity to meet God where he is to get that. Because if he here and your thinking is down here, I can't stress enough. Y'all gonna keep walking past each other because it don't go together. So that's the first thing. The second thing is feminine energy. We got a lot of brown skinned sisters, myself included. I still have to work on my own. So thank God I'm a coach and I've been doing this long enough, but that masculine can come out, be like, bam, what did you just say? Nothing wrong with course correcting, right? Course correcting is acceptable. But anyway, that feminine energy, we think it's in my wig, my makeup, my hair, my lubricants, and it don't mean nothing. If you don't have the polarity of a feminine energy, of the polarity, if we both have masculine and feminine energy, both men and women, right? If you want a majority masculine man, right? If you think, it's just even a thought. If y'all just really think about it, if you think that man, a magnet has to have opposites, right, to attract. If you think that man is going to be attracted to a majority masculine woman for long term, he might be attracted short term, but he going to wake up one morning and be like, well, I feel like every time I say something, I'm talking to a dude. I don't care how sweet you say it. I don't say, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to wake up and then you're going to wonder, oh my God, it was going so well for 3 months. Where my boo go? Oh no, this nigga didn't ghost me. No, he ain't ghost you, girl. He just don't want you no more because he realized, why I feel like I'm talking to a dude. You see what I'm saying? And that it really, you can't coach even in this setting of feminine energy. What I can say is this: surrender, allow, be. It's hard to teach in an interview like this, but surrender, allow, be. I call that SAB, S-A-B. SAB. Surrender to the moment, surrender, be receptive to this man, but there's a whole process in place. Allowing yourself to take in the energy of your day, right? To experience it. Experience is feminine. Result is masculine. If a man asks you, how was your day? If you say good, guess what? That's masculine. You know why? Because the good is the result of every beautiful thing that made you feel good that day. Everything. But we say good, or hold on. Oh, great. What about great, Staci? What about great? Great is still the result of everything great that happened before it. Feminine energy is experience. So anyway, y'all, I talk a lot. Let me drink some wine, child.
Y'all, she got her wine. Where's yours, y'all? Question though, like
right here, my Prosecco.
When you first started, Staci, were women resistant to the information you were providing?
Girl, they still resistant to it. I mean, I have a thriving business. Even right now, I'm in school getting my master's in marriage and family therapy. And I'm going into my second year at the end of this month. But women are still resistant, especially us beautiful brown skinned women, because we think, well, my girlfriend got a man and she didn't do all that. Girl, did you hear me say long term? Or did you hear me say my mother was married 5 times, right? It don't mean you can't get a man, baby. I could call a couple of, come on now. I'm talking about if you want to have a relationship a relationship that is not hard as most of them. You work on yourself and you get these tools first. Now, will the relationship still be hard? Absolutely. You know why? Because you bring in this individual who's had this number of years and experience with life before you, and then you bring you in with this number of years and experience, right? But if you bring two people together, even if you bring you together, and you have this man coming over here with his stuff, even if you get the feminine energy part right, you got more of a chance to not have as much of this because at least you got that. And he ain't gonna wake up thinking, why she talk to me like that? And
right, he's gonna try a little bit more because it's more receptive. It's an easier palette.
Exactly. So then he's more prone to be your Superman, even if you got that part right? He's more prone to be like, shoot. All right, babe. So what is this about? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, this is my boo, because of that feminine energy. You have the majority masculine, majority feminine, and it does this. Majority masculine and majority masculine, you're doing this. So then relationship has already worked, but guess what you still got? You got to work this part out. So then you just made it even worse. Child, you like, oh Lord, it's so hard, but my girl. So yeah, it's still hard. And then you have some women who like, and I'm not a rude person, you have some women who love how Kevin Samuels would coach. I just don't talk down to women. And it could be because I've been one for 51 years. So every tear she's cried, I'm not going to come at her like, you know what I'm saying? And you this and you that. I just don't do that. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I have empathy for every woman because I have probably thought, felt, and experienced everything that she has. If I didn't, I saw my mama go through it and I saw my grandmama go through it. So literally, I'm going to open my arms up with love. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit, but I'm still saying, because I still keep it real, I'm from Memphis. Can I cuss? I'm a cuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course you can cuss.
So, okay. I'm not gonna, blow smoke up. No, child. But I'm not going to be the woman who speaks down to women. And sometimes women do need those male coaches, they feel, because they like, for some reason, to be beat up. And I'm not the one that's going to
like that. To me, that says something to me about what they prefer in their relationships. So when they would sit there and take that abuse, I would often question, like, is this what you want in your relationship? Because I just felt like it was inappropriate. It was really toxic to me. Even if the information was good, the way that you're dispersing the information was toxic to me. So I was like, I would question why they would call and receive that from a man. I'm like, oh, are you used to that in your relationship?
I was about to say they're probably used to that, so they're getting the information that way. But I wanted to ask you a question, like, okay, so you talk about, and your mom's a good example. I don't know her specific relationships, but just people that have been married multiple times. Myself, I've been married twice. And so you think about, and no relationship is the same. I wouldn't think that they would be exactly the same, but you're the same person and you're going to be bringing some of those same things into the relationship, right? And so what do you say to women that are like, well, yeah, like you said, well, I can get a man, but it's like, what are you doing in the relationship? And it's not about, for me, it's not about keeping a man, because if it's a good man, it's still 50-50. Like, he's still got to be doing good stuff too.
Yeah, and that's why I said he got to be a good man. I'm only talking to women.
Nobody's perfect, right? So everybody's
right. No, a good man, no, we human, but a good man has certain character traits that 9 times out of 10, even if he falls off one day, you're gonna be like, but what I know is he dependable, because he done it this time. This is just a bad day. This is just somebody had something going on, because this man over here has shown me his character. Again, a good man. I don't coach women to be with any man. I'm very specific. A good man that's ready for a good woman.
Well, this is kind of goes to what I was saying. If you haven't changed your mindset, it's really hard to even notice a good man and receive them, because so many women get into this rut of, like Heather was saying, like you're going to take advice from somebody that appears toxic, but it's because that's the same energy you've been getting, and nobody has really taught you how to get the right kind of love. So, I mean, what you looking at yourself like, what am I supposed to work on?
It's a hamster wheel, and they keep going in circles, but everybody's pointing the finger out. And what's crazy is the man that she's getting is going in the same hamster wheel. Right. So then they keep getting each other. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. It's your fault. In every relationship, it's the woman. No, it's the man. It's the woman. It's the man. Instead of,
well, it's me.
It's me.
It's me.
Right?
You know, it gotta be me. Right.
So I have a question, Staci, because we're actually out of time. We got to come back. We should have some guests.
That went too fast.
I know. We got to have some women call in because this was very, very informative. But I'm going to be messy.
Okay, be messy.
I need to know. I need to know from the guru, because me and Yama last week were really trying to rack our brains as to why. And I'm not sure if you know this person, but what are your thoughts about Charade Whitfield and Martell Holt?
You knew somebody was gonna ask you. Because
this is the thing. I just don't
understand. And we both know her personally.
Well, yeah, she knows her personally too. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, you do too. Okay. All right. So you may not want to comment.
What I can say is I want Charade to be happy. And I think we all want Charade to be happy. And we want her to make amazing decisions that will add to and not subtract from her. But again, it starts with the woman and who she's picking. So the picker might be off, or it might be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're sent to help each other, work through some stuff.
So,
which is a part of.
Let's just say it was somebody else. Let's just say it was somebody, just in general.
You ain't shit. Yeah, you ain't shit.
Let's just say it was somebody else.
Let's just take the name out of it.
She said she's being messy.
I forewarned you, because me and Yama last week on our show, we were like, why? Like, we were trying to figure it out, but really in general senses, why do...
No, but I said more than that. I said, why him, and why she keep on choosing these type of guys? But what is going on with her? Why she keep on choosing these type of people? That's what I said.
The question is he not redeemable, right? So unfortunately, we have seen all of his mistakes and his shortcomings on national TV, right?
Right.
So my question would be like, well, let's just say we know plenty of men like him that aren't on TV, right? Why would women continuously pick that type of a man? And then is it fair to say he might have changed? Like maybe
he may be somebody different than personally than what we see on TV.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. I did have Martell on my show last year. I do a little YouTube show called Love Rants. And I can say that Martell is as strategic with TV as Kenya Moore is. Like Kenya knows the camera's on. Kenya's who recently said she is the best reality show, Peter Thomas, because Kenya knows what the camera wants. And I believe that Martell does as well. He is not asleep. Trust me. So who he might be may be totally different, but because he's been wiped across the mud with bad choices, and there are a lot of men who have made the same or worse bad choices as Martell, I would say that we tend to judge it more. But what I do know is Martell is definitely aware of when the camera's on. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying? It is as aware as I believe that Kenya Moore does. Like they're business people, and regarding Charade, that's why I said you never know, because Charade, I believe, knows when the camera, right? Yeah. So then when I said they may be perfect for each other, right? Because they both operate possibly, I don't know, we'll see it probably play out on The Real Housewives, but they operate possibly both in this is my business. Because what I do know about Charade, and you could probably speak to this, Heather, she is a sweetie pie. for real, cameras off. She is a sweetie pie, but this is her business. So we'll see. And it might work out for bringing two people together, which is a perfect relationship, you know, without just the work that it, you know, when you have two people that understand their business and they're doing business together, hell, they could get a spinoff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because when you know that, because when you know that camera is there and we loving it and it's a business, you know how to do it, right?
It set the internet ablaze. So I'm like, well, this is a smart move if it's strategic, because, you know, we were like, okay, and Yama kept asking, wondering, like, she kept wondering.
I always go back to Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? When you, at the end of the day, it's a partnership, so there it is.
No.
Well, Staci, before you go, tell everyone where they can find you on all your social media platforms. And guys, our listeners, she's definitely going to come back. I really want to do something special, having her come back. But so let everybody know before we get out of here.
Yep. So my Instagram is @JustDateGirl, @JustDateGirl. If you do, and it is JUSTDATE girl. That's my website as well. If you do want to learn about my inner circle, I want a good man university, go to justdategirl.org. I do want to say we're going to Bali in October. I have 2 spaces left. It is going to be the most amazing retreat ever. So I did want to let you all know, because I know this will air live. And then also we're going to South Africa, April 15th through the 22nd. And that will next year, and through the 25th. And that will be my first Just Travel Girl co-ed trip. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That is so awesome. Well, Staci, we've been trying to get you on here. We've been talking forever. I'm so glad you made it. We are going to have you back. This was great. This was awesome. I love
very informative.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so thank you for hanging out with us. And y'all, she's going to be back, so don't worry. But right now, we're going to go out with "I'm Your Baby Tonight" by Whitney Houston, and we will be back. Bye, Dr. Staci.
Bye.